Today we are going to start multiplexer. So what is a multiplexer? So let us draw the circuit first. So this is a multiplexer, also called MUX, MUX. So here we can have n inputs and one output. So we can have n inputs, one, or we can also say we can have 2 to the power n inputs and one output. Now we will have a select lines here. Okay, so this is a multiplexer. So it is called, it is 4 cross 1 multiplexer, 4 cross 1, because we are having 4 inputs and 1 output. Now let me write the name of the input. This is I0. Change the I1, I2, and I3. So these are my 4 inputs, and we will have one output. Let us name that O or Y, whatever you want to say. So I am saying it as O. We will have two select lines, S1 and S2. S1 and S2. So let me write these things for so that you can understand better. So in multiplexer, the first point is we have 2 raised to the power n inputs and one output, where n is the number of select lines. Fine. Second point is the task of the select line is to connect one of the inputs to the output. It will just connect one of the input to the output. So suppose if the value of select lines are such that I0 should be selected. So this I0 will be selected to output, connected to output. Otherwise I1 will be connected to output. Otherwise I2 will be connected to output, or I3 will be connected to output. So it just connects the input to the output. So whatever input is there in this select line, in this input line, this input will go and pass through this output. So suppose we are having some bits of data here, say something, say 0, 0. So this 0, 0 will pass, if I0 is selected, if this I0 is selected, this 0, 0 will pass through this line and it will appear at the output. So we will have this 0, 0 here. Okay. So this is the basic of multiplexer. Now, moving forward. Now, how to make this multiplexer using AND gates? So I am so first before making, why the input line should be 2 to the power n. So there can be a question why the input lines should be 2 to the power n for n select lines. So this can be a valid question. So suppose we are having 4 input lines, I0, I1, I2, and I3. So suppose we are having 4 input lines, I0, I1, I2, and I3. Now, how many bits will be required to uniquely identify each of these 4 input lines. We require 2 bits. So we require 2 bits to uniquely identify the 4 input lines. Why? The first input line can be shared as 0, 0. The second one can be shared as 0, 1. Third one as 1, 1 or 1, 0, whatever is convenient. And the fourth one is 1, 1. So this is the 4 unique representation of this 4 input lines. So the first input line I can represent by 0, 0, second one by 0, 1, third one by 1, 0, and fourth one is 1, 1. These are the minimum number of bits. You can add more bits, but you cannot reduce the bits. So therefore, suppose we are having n bits. Suppose we are having n bits, 1 for each select line. So since each bit can be either 0 or 1, therefore total number of combination of bits will be 2 to the power n. And so for each combination we can have one input line, and that is the reason why we are having 2 to the power n input lines for n select lines. I hope this thing is clear. Okay. So now we will see the representation of select line using AND or and NOT gate. Representation of mux using AND or and NOT gate. Let us consider we are having a simple case, one select line and 2 inputs. So this is a select line, this is an input, this is a select line, this is an input, and this is an input. So since there is a single select line, we can have 2 input and 1 output, right? Yes. Okay. Now how to represent this using, this is I0 and this is I1. And this is S0. We can also say it S or S0, whatever. This is my output O. So how to represent it using AND gate? So we will need 2 AND gates here. One AND gate and the second AND gate. How many inputs do we have? We have 2 inputs, right? So this is I0 and this is I1. This is I0 and this is I1. Now we will have a single select line. So this is our select line S. One input will go to this and the other will go to this, but in an inverted form. Why inverted form? I am explaining. Okay, then after that we will have an output. So this is my OR gate. This is not NOT. Okay, now let me explain why I did a NOT here and why I give the input signal directly to this lower one, lower AND gate, and in the upper AND gate I inverted it. So let me draw the truth table first. So my input, my select line is S0. Now S0 will have 2 values, either 0 or 1. So if it is 0, or if it is 1, if it is 0, we will select I naught. If it is 1, we will select I1. Or in other words, if it is S naught, the output will be I naught. If it is 1, the output will be I1. Now, if the value of S naught is 0, if I am passing 0 over here, 0 will go here. So if S naught is equal to 0, we will have a 0 over here, and we will have some I naught, I1 over here. So in case of AND, so this will be my I1. So I believe in case of AND, we know that X and A and 0 is equal to 0, and X and 1 is equal to X. So if I pass 0, this thing will be 0. So irrespective of what is the value of I1, we will get a 0 here. Now since this is 0, here what will happen, we will get a 1. Now whatever is the value of I naught, we will get the same value here. Now in case of, I believe in case of OR, you know that X OR 0 is equal to X, and X OR 1 is equal to 1. So since this is 0, this is I naught, 0 or I naught, so the output will be what? The output will be I naught. Now, when the value of S0 is not 0 but 1, when the value of S0 is 1, this value becomes 1, and since I have provided this in complemented form, this value becomes 0. Now, anything ANDed with 0 is 0, so this value becomes 0, and anything ANDed with 1 is the same thing, so X and 1 is X, so this thing becomes I1. Now the same logic, 0 or I1 is not I0 but I1. So I believe when we are passing 1, you can see that I1 is selected. When we are passing 0, I0 is selected. That is why this is the representation of AND or not representation of this multiplexer. So now we have to prove that MUX is functionally complete. MUX is same as multiplexer. MUX is functionally complete. So what do I mean by this statement, MUX is functionally complete? So any function is functionally complete if we can implement AND, OR, and NOT, either all three of them, or, so let me write it. A function f is functionally complete if we can implement AND, not, or not, or and or not using that function. Okay, now let's go through this MUX case. So let us draw the simpler 2 cross 1 MUX. All of them are simple, but I am drawing 2 cross 1 MUX. So this is my I naught, and this is my I1. And this is my select line, say S. this is my output O. Now O can be written as S complement. So I write complement by this C. So this is S complement and then I naught plus S into I1. I believe this is clear. S complement I naught plus S into I1. So if this is complemented, this will be selected. If this is not in complemented form, I1 will be selected. So either this or this will be selected. Therefore, this OR. Now we have to see that it is complemented and this is selected. Therefore, this AND. So if you go through the if you go through the AND or gate representation, you will get that output is equal to S complement into I naught plus S into I1. I am drawing it once more so that it is clear for you. So this is I naught, this is I1, this is the complemented input, and this is the actual input. So this is S, this is I naught, and this is I1. Okay, so what can I write about O, the output? So you can see it is I naught into, so here the output will be I naught into S complement. So we can write S complement in this form, or I am writing it as S complement in this form. You can follow any notation. Then or I1 into S. And now since I am ORing these two, it will be this plus this which I have written here. So this is the functional representation of mux. Now, if I need to implement NOT gate, what will be the function of NOT gate? So function of NOT gate f is equal to what? The function of NOT gate, if you recall, or this is just simply the x complement, isn't it? Yes. So if x is 1, we will get a 0. If x is 0, we will get a 1. Now, how do we see that these two functions match? So suppose this is my x. Suppose this is my x. The output should be x complement. So in place of I0, if I pass 1, and in place of I1, if I pass 0, then you can see that O is equal to x complement. So you can substitute the value of 1 in place of I0. You can substitute the value of 0 in place of I1, and you will see that, and x in place of s. So you can see that O is equal to x complement. So in this way, this mux behaves as a NOT gate. It behaves as a NOT gate. Whatever the signal we are giving, so this signal is the input. Whatever the input we are giving, it is simply complementing it. So this is the behavior of mux as a NOT gate. So we can